36-year history of the Pacific Coast. Pac-8, 10, and now Pac-12 Conference. There has never been a conference championship game until now. One night, one game to decide a champion.
Autzen Stadium on the campus of the University of Oregon. And this is the Pac-12 Conference Championship game on Fox Sports, where the UCLA Bruins come into Eugene to take on the high-flying Oregon Ducks. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, Charles Davis, and welcome to Eugene. And CD, so much excitement surrounding this historic night for the Pac-12 Conference.
And it's a night that Oregon expected to attend. They wanted to host it. They were the preseason choice in the Pac-12 to host coming out of the North. In the South, UCLA wasn't expected to be here, but their head coach Rick Neuheisel in spring practice said there's only going to be one team that comes out of the South for the first ever Pac-12 championship game. Why not the Bruins? And they're here.
And what a treat tonight, folks. We get an opportunity to see one of the greatest running backs, if not the best running back in all of college football, in LaMichael James.
He went to the Heisman Trophy ceremony last year in New York City, one of the finalists. He would like to go back again this year. This is a guy who, during the season, strung together 3 straight 200-plus yard games. When he touches the football, he's dynamic. He's magnificent. Give him space and he can go. And he's added some power to his game. If he touches it in the open field, Oregon feels very good about their chances.
As for UCLA, it's been an up and down season for the Bruins. And when you look at this team, in order for them to play well, their quarterback has to have his best performance.
Kevin Prince has had an up and down career at UCLA. Tonight is a chance for redemption. If he plays well early, things go well for UCLA. So the coaching staff will give him plays to get him comfortable. Easy passes, and especially using his legs. That's the best feature he has. But don't forget, UCLA is going to let it all hang out tonight. Don't be surprised if we see a lot of trick plays, deceptives early from the Bruins.
Time now to take a look at tonight's Chase Freedom cashback players to watch.
Starting for Oregon, D'Anthony Thomas. He plays running back, wide receiver, slot receiver, kick returner. He does it all quite well. 16 touchdowns this year, leads the NCAA freshman in scoring. And then when you take a look at UCLA, Joseph Fourier, the tight end, 6'8" target. He's a red zone attraction, but they need to get him the ball in open field too.
And we're ready for the opening kickoff here in Eugene.
Thank you, Gus. The perception of this Oregon offense is they're going to throw it all over the lot. Reality says this is a run-first football team. The X factor tonight for the Ducks is true freshman D'Anthony Thomas. He's a remarkable athlete. He'll play multiple positions and have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. For UCLA, they have got to play disciplined for 60 minutes. They've got to get lined up versus the frenetic pace of this Oregon offense. It's going to take a 3-phase effort, man. Offense, defense, and the kicking game. The mantra's got to be, do your job all night long for 60 minutes for the Bruins to have a chance to pull off a monumental upset. Gus?
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Chilly night here in Eugene, 42 degrees at kickoff time, a little windy. Makes it feel like it's 37. Oregon, UCLA, back deep. Josh Smith for the Bruins, and Rob Beard will send it away for the Ducks. UCLA leads the series 39-25, but Oregon has won the last 3 and 9 of the last 11. And coming up to field it off the bounce is Smith. And he's got a running room as he hits the sideline and gets out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
And they believe they can move the ball inside the tackles against Oregon. Kai Maiaba, the center, Alberto Sid at right guard, and Mike Harris at right tackle, the strong side of UCLA's line. When they want to throw it, Nelson Rosario's a nice target at 6'5".
First down and 10 of the 35. Solid field position for UCLA. Jonathan Franklin running it straight ahead, and he picks up 5 yards on the play. So their quarterback, Kevin Prince, the coaches talked to us yesterday. The most important thing for UCLA is to get him off to a quick start.
Running the pistol offense, he has the opportunity to run it and throw it. They will dial up plays that they think are going to be easy throws and get him going in the run game. If they get him active and involved early with success, they believe they've got a shot tonight.
On 2nd and 5, they fumble the football, and Oregon has it.
Exactly what they did not want to see. Watch the exchange, as you noted, Gus. Is he going to keep it, or is he going to hand off to the running back? They weren't sure. And when he tried to pull it away from Jonathan Franklin, Franklin thinks he's supposed to keep it. And the ball ends up on the ground. Oregon with the early turnover and in great position.
So the Oregon Ducks with the football at the UCLA 39. Thomas dropping off a screen, and it is incomplete. Oregon averaging 511 yards per game, 6th in the nation.
As Coach Brewster noted, they want to run the football first. Mark Asker is their most experienced offensive lineman, and at tight end, David Paulson is reliable and sometimes spectacular.
Darren Thomas rolling outside, throws it on the run. Josh Huff with the catch, and it's a gain of 4 yards on the play.
We know Oregon is the big favorite here. Darren Thomas, their quarterback, gets some criticism at times, but not within the confines of their athletic facility and their football office. He is their leader, it's his team, and they will go as he goes.
LaMichael James in the backfield with Thomas, and they give it to James with a lot of running room. He spins, upended, picks up the first down. Tevin McDonald, the freshman from Fresno.
And watch the run inside. Remember, LaMichael James is supposed to be a water bug, but the vision of LaMichael James is something. When they open up the back door and he sees the backside cutback, he will take it and turn it into big yardage as this game goes on.
You see Oregon do this quite often, going for it on 4th down. LaMichael James, touchdown Ducks. Just like that, on 4th and 1, he goes 30 yards, and Oregon is on the board.
Why do they go for it? Confidence and playmakers. And look at how well this is blocked. Look at that gaping hole. No one home on the backside. Excellent job by the up front people.
So the Ducks taking a 6-0 lead early in this first quarter. And now they will line up and kick it.
And remember, they went for 2 after their first touchdown against Stanford. Never be surprised by what Oregon does out of the extra point formation.
Alejandro Maldonado in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. And LaMichael James, the nation's leading rusher, averaging 143 yards per game, goes 30 yards. Oregon capitalizes on the turnover. 4 plays, go from 39 yards. The Ducks score in 1 minute and 4. And now sending it away is Beard, back deep, Josh Smith. And Smith over the 20. And he'll get up to the 25-yard line. First down at the end of the 25. Prince throws far side and incomplete.
And even though it was a fairly easy throw and it was incomplete, it's the right thing for UCLA. The hard part is it was covered quite well by Oregon. Even if he catches it, it's for minimal gain.
Prince wants to run the football as well. Last week against USC, he was 21 of 33 for 261. He ran it 17 times. And now trying to get outside, and he's dragged down from behind. Taylor Hart making the tackle, and that's a loss of 4.
We know that he was let go from this position. This is his last game as the UCLA coach, trying to figure a way to get a last win before he exits out.
6-6 record, 5-4 in the Pac-12, won the South Division. Lost to rival USC 50-0 at the Coliseum last week. SC under sanctions, unable to play in the championship game or postseason in general. 3rd and 14. Prince steps into his throw, and that went high and incomplete. Forced to punt it away.
And how about Oregon forcing them into 3rd and long right away, which allows defense coordinator Nick Aliotti to go to what he calls the radar defense. Did you notice? No one with his hand in the ground in the interior line, confusing blocking assignments.
Jeff Locke, left-footed punter, sends it away. LaMichael James back deep from the 25. Here's LaMichael looking for a crease. And it'll get up to the 30-yard line, a 53-yard punt, and a 5-yard return. Back on the field, Thomas throwing to the near side. That one thrown high. He was under pressure. And it sails out of bounds. Intended for Josh Huff. Coach Brewster, your reaction to what's taken place so far, 8:34 to go here in the first.
Gus, it couldn't have started any worse for the Bruins. And I'll tell you what, Chip Kelly is all over the umpires about getting to play faster. He wants the ball released to play faster. It's all about speed for Chip Kelly.
2nd down and 10 of the 22. LaMichael James stumbling before he gets going. Patrick Larimore, the middle linebacker, with the tackle. And when we talk to UCLA, defensively, they want to make sure they get Oregon in 3rd down and long. That doesn't happen too often for the Ducks.
Not very often because they're so good with the running game, but here's an opportunity now. 3rd and long, Joe Tracy's defense has a chance to rush the quarterback.
Ducks need 9 yards. Underneath, picked off, Larimore. And he's got blockers in front of him. Larimore still running down the sideline. Touchdown, UCLA, 34 yards.
Talked about getting them into 3rd and long. This is what happens. Now the defense gets to dictate. That ball's on the backside of the route run by Kenyon Barner. And when it pops in the air, Larimore's there. Asper can't get him down. He keeps his balance and tight ropes his way into the end zone for the UCLA Bruins' initial score of the night.
Now the question is, did he step out of bounds? Running. And it looks like the officials will let them play. Extra point up and good. Patrick Larimore, the junior from Santa Clarita, comes up with his first career interception. He also had the fumble recovery on the DeAnthony Thomas fumble. And now, Josh Huff, back deep, starts from the 15. Gets to the 30 and tripped up from behind. He almost broke that one. UCLA left 21 points on the board last week against USC. They had opportunities 3 different times, twice in the red zone, and a wide open Shaq Evans, and couldn't do it. That may have turned the momentum around in that game if they could have managed to score as LaMichael James hits the corner and gets down the sideline.
And right now, the UCLA defense has given all the advantages to their team tonight to keep it at 7-7. They're going to get tested again now.
Thomas on the run. That one deflected out of bounds after the 16-yard gain by LaMichael James. Josh Huff, the intended receiver.
And remember, coming into this game, because UCLA gave up 50 points last week, we're talking about a fragile team mentally. They needed things to go well early. The fumble doesn't help. Oregon scores, but since that time, they bounced back.
On 2nd down and 8. And LaMichael James running right into the heart of the UCLA defense. A lot of bodies clashing as Teppa makes the tackle. And it's a loss of 1 on the play.
In UCLA, they're going to lose their head coach. But remember, he was a walk-on quarterback at UCLA. He understands what it takes to grit things out and fight when the odds are against you.
Also won the Rose Bowl while starting at quarterback. Thomas caught. Josh Huff.
Darren Thomas has put the interception out of his mind and comes back with a really nice throw down the seam and sticks it on his receiver for a big gain.
So a 1st down and goal at the 10-yard line. LaMichael James and Barnum in the backfield. Here's the option. Thomas will keep it himself and get in.
with Darren Thomas use his legs a little bit more, and Oregon breaks out the option. And look at the lane he has now. All it is a sprint to the finish. Got a nice block out on the corner from Josh Huff, his wide receiver. Wide open, easy sprint for Darren Thomas.
So Oregon scores in 1 minute and 26 seconds. Big gains of 16 yards and 31 yards on the drive, mapped off by Thomas with the keeper, 14-7. Well, Charles, 14-7, Oregon didn't take the Ducks long to get that ball in the end zone.
And that's why it's demoralizing for teams to play against them. You work hard, you make plays, you get an interception, you go in the end zone, you're fighting, you're scrapping. And right back at you come the Oregon Ducks and stick it in the end zone.
And Smith from the 6. Gets to the 20 before being spun down at the 22-yard line. From his own 23, straight ahead running, and it's Franklin who'll pick up the first down and some as Eddie Pleasant, the safety, wraps him up, but a gain of 13 yards, and they feel that Oregon, right up the middle defensively, the Ducks have a problem.
And they feel like they've got a chance to make yardage there. And UCLA flip-flops their offensive line. They'd go with a strong side and a quick side. The strong side is their better blocking side. Maeva at center, Sid at strong side guard, and Harris at strong side tackle. That's where they will go for their yardage inside.
Prince fires. That one partially deflected.
They want to roll Prince this way and throw it back the opposite direction, get momentum going. But he was forced by Pleasant back into the pocket, and then Locumbo comes in and deflects the football, hitting his arm as he tries to get rid of it.
Second down. Franklin, the pistol back, they give it to him. And Franklin fumbles the ball. Oregon has it. Tony Washington knocked it out of his hands.
UCLA's forced to, took advantage with the interception return for a touchdown, but if they keep giving the football back to Oregon, especially in this position, what a nice play. Number 91, Tony Washington, stripping the football and creating another opportunity for the Oregon Ducks in excellent field position.
Michael Clay with the fumble recovery. Ducks have it at their own 48 now. Aaron Thomas. And this one given to Barner. Kenyon Barner. What a number 2 back. I mean, if you have LaMichael James and then Kenyon Barner comes off the bench for you, that is a dynamic 1-2 punch.
There were games where LaMichael James doesn't play. Kenyon Barner plays, 171 yards in one game running the football.
Second down and 4 at the 46. High snap handle, option, pitched. James out of bounds, inside the 30.
John Lynch talked about them getting to the edges. Here's what they're doing. Now it's a read. Okay, who is he going to keep it? Is he going to pitch it? He reads number 35, Zumwalt. He comes to the quarterback, pitch it out to the back. That's one way the quarterback blocks without ever hitting anyone. He takes him out of the play by reading his motion.
Thomas, he finds Hawkins, and he is dropped, or incomplete rather. Zumwalt there.
It was well defense. Watch the number of white shirts from UCLA converge on the football. You've got 3 there as he tries to catch the ball.
Now James will make that Barner getting outside. And there was some action happening all the way on the other end of the field. A ball that squirted out on the field on the UCLA sideline, and a player chased the ball down.
And you know Oregon wants to play fast. They don't want any delays, and the crowd knows that. They don't want anybody to stop their offense.
Third down and 8. Barner again. And Barner gets close to that first down marker as Andrew Abbott stops it.
And it's 4th down. You pointed out on the first drive, they like to go for it in these situations. They'll go for it again right now.
4th down and 1. Thomas with the handoff. Barner plays down and more. And out of bounds. It's an 11-yard gain. Sheldon Price pushes him out of bounds, but the chains keep moving for the Ducks.
To the edges, to the edges, to the edges. And look at how the big guys get out front. That's Asper, 79, 55, Haranis Grasu, the center, all running and leading their back to the corner.
So a first down and goal at the 7. Garner remains in the game. Thomas rolls out, over the middle, caught, touchdown, Oregon. Leerla, the freshman. Wide open in the back of the end zone.
And when we met with Darren Thomas, we asked him what was one of his favorite routes. He says the backside drag. They haven't stopped it all year long, and that's the play that they just ran for the touchdown.
Maldonado in to attempt the extra point. With 59 seconds to go, it's up and good.
This is difficult. This is basketball. This is like a fast-breaking, full-court pressing team, Oregon, against a half-court, slug-it-out style team, UCLA on offense. Hard to stay with the Ducks when they're flying as they are right now.
Jordan James back deep, number 6, along with Derek Coleman. And this will be James from inside the 10-yard line. And James crosses the 25 and gets to the 27.
About UCLA thinks they can run the ball inside. Their big thumper, the guy they want to run inside, is in the game now. Derek Coleman, number 33.
UCLA with 42 yards in total offense as Prince tries to keep it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, Michael Clay. And here's a handoff. Coleman picks up the first and more. As he advances the football up to the 40, gains 9 on 2nd and 1. Here in Oregon, they know about faster and faster and faster. They've scored 3 touchdowns in a minute 4, 1:26 and 2:01. And they go straight ahead. No, Prince, nice ball fake, gets outside and picks up the first down.
And this drive is accomplishing a couple of things for UCLA. Number one, it's settling the team down a little bit. They're back in it, okay? They feel better about themselves. Number two, they're keeping their defense off the field. Give them a chance to rest against this high-powered Oregon offense. The tough part now is it has to be paid off. They cannot come up with an empty drive. Points and a premium for UCLA anyway. On this drive, they need 6 to make the whole thing work.
A 7-yard pickup, first down and 10 to the 37. Hey, they pitch it back. Prince underneath. Ball is caught. Rosario, he'll walk in the end zone. Touchdown. 37 yards, Bruins. Gonzalez in to attempt the extra point. Up and good. With 12:22 to play in the second quarter, UCLA continuing to fight.
I talked with Terry Donahue, the former head coach of UCLA, this afternoon about this team and about his former quarterback, Rick Neuheisel. And he told me that he thought that they would play well tonight, that they would adopt his personality and be the gutty little Bruins. And they're doing exactly that.
Josh Huff from the 2-yard line, hesitation, and he stumbles forward, crosses the 25, gets to the 27. Thomas over the middle, caught, first down, Paulson and more. As he gets to midfield, the senior stopped by Eric Kendricks, and it's a gain of 20 yards.
David Paulson is an all Pac-10 tight end. He was second team this year, first team the year before. A hurdle, and then look at how he carries people for additional yardage, trying to stop UCLA's momentum. David Paulson with a big gain.
First down at midfield for Darren Thomas and the Ducks. Here's a handoff, Garner. And on first down, he's stuffed, only a 1-yard pickup as Cassius Marsh, a sophomore from Simi Valley, a player they're very high on, back in the lineup, makes the tackle.
Was a starter for most of the season before the Arizona game. Was suspended 2 games after that one for his role in the fight near halftime, and is just now getting back to form.
Second down and 9. Thomas over the middle, caught as Vaughn pushes the pile forward and picks up the first down. Kendricks there again. Hassan Vaughn, junior college transfer.
First down. Kendricks on the stop, number 30.
From the UCLA 40. First down, Oregon. Garner motions out of the backfield. Thomas buying time, firing over the middle, incomplete. He had Paulson open, but just couldn't put it on him. And these great shots over the field are being presented by our Verizon Action Cam.
And that's one Darren Thomas is going to wish he had back, because that's one, as you said, if he puts it on him, that's a big play downfield.
LaMichael James back in the game. He's rushed for 71 yards. James chopping his feet. Goes down at the 30. Stan McKay with the tackle, but it's a 9-yard pickup.
How about the offensive line for Oregon? What they want to do is widen UCLA and then allow the running back to make a cut. See that? They widen them. James sees the vision, puts his foot in the ground, and gets into the gap for a big gain.
Third down and 1. James again has it first down, finds a crease, bounces it outside, lowers his shoulder. LaMichael James, a junior from Texarkana, Texas, will pick up 24 yards on the play. Sheldon Price with the saving tackle.
And people in the offseason question LaMichael James adding 15 pounds to his frame. Wondered if it would make him sluggish. It's made him stronger. Look at him run through tackles and finish the run.
First down and goal at the 7. James 10 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown already. Option, Thomas takes it, and Thomas tackled from behind. Nicely done by Tevin McDonald. Didn't want to play at USC, where his father and brother play right now. He said he'd make his own way here at UCLA.
Had 3 interceptions in their game against Cal in their 31-14 victory. Was the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week, and has had to be thrust into major duty early in his career at UCLA due to some injuries in the secondary. He's responding.
Second down and goal at the 3. James will walk it in. Give the ball back to the official. Second touchdown of the first half for LaMichael James.
How about controlling the edge? Watch here. Le'Erla getting out there. See how he gets to the corner and controls Tevin McDonald. Also got a hand slipped in there. Had him a little bit, but didn't get called for it. But he set the edge, and they waltz in.
Extra point good.
How about him now starting to put it together, following his blocks, and making a little history tonight as he moves along, setting records that we'll be talking about after the kickoff.
That's right, passing some great ones. Rob Beard will kick it away. Josh Smith, Derek Coleman back deep for the Bruins. Smith from the 11. And Smith to the 32-yard line. First down and 10 to the 24. Prince decides to run it, cuts up. And he'll pick up positive yardage as Taylor Hart stops him. Along with Kiko Alonso. Prince shaking it off. Had a concussion, shoulder injury earlier this year. Missed a couple of games after suffering that concussion against Houston.
Not sure there's a more mentally tough quarterback in the Pac-12. He lost his job earlier this year, and when he had to come back in and play, he was booed roundly by his home crowd, shook it off, and played well that night against Washington State.
8 carries, 21 yards. Here's a another. Oh, they threw it away. Oregon has the football. Terrell Turner picks it up. Third turnover of the night for UCLA.
Now watch, the reason this play gets blown up is watch how Oregon swarms the football. Terrell Turner, number 45, gets his hand on the ball before Coleman can pitch it back to Josh Smith on the reverse. See him right there? He grabs the arm and makes it tough to pitch the football. And then he goes and recovers the fumble himself after he creates it.
Ducks have it at the Bruin 32. Thomas looking for the big play. Incomplete. Huff, the intended receiver, Sheldon Price, got a hand on the football.
And Darren Thomas is fortunate because I think that Price mistimed his jump. He got up there a little bit too soon, and he's on the way down as the ball gets to his hands, unable to haul it in.
Second down. And a handoff to Martin. And hole plugged up somewhat. Another 3rd and long for the Ducks. They need 8 yards on the UCLA 30. And it's James who will not pick it up, but Oregon generally goes for it on 4th down as they get quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Closed down well by Damian Holmes, but they'll go fast here to try and pick it up.
Thomas, Hawkins with space, touchdown Oregon. 25 yards. Darryl Hawkins, the sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska.
Now watch the blocking. That's Lavoisier Tuane, number 80. He blocks Andrew Abbott on the corner, and that allows Hawkins free access to the end zone. They had 2 receivers out there. Both of them did their jobs blocking. Hawkins waltzes into the end zone.
Second touchdown for Oregon tonight on 4th down. Extra point good. So Beard, shorter kick, and it bounces out of bounds. UCLA will have it at the 40-yard line.
Goes out of bounds, penalty because of it.
It's a circumstance coming here where no one gave them a chance to win the game. I love the grit and the fight I'm seeing out of UCLA this evening.
Devin Prince looking for the Hail Mary over the middle, caught. Fourier, 4 seconds to go. Bruins call a timeout, a 25-yard gain. And that's the play that we just talked about earlier. Those seams over the middle, those dump-offs over the middle, they look like, for Kevin Prince, there are opportunities there for it.
And what I like is the fact that he's going to Fourier, number 8, to the left side. Watch him run up the seam on Josh Cadu, number 56, and that's a well-thrown football by Kevin Prince. You always look at Fourier and you think red zone, but this is an out-in-the-field type of a receiver. Fourier, Kevin Prince, best friend since the 8th grade, connect for a nice play for UCLA.
UCLA will attempt a field goal as Tyler Gonzalez comes in the game to attempt a 44-yarder on the season. He's 6 of 9 with a long of 43. Good snap, good hold, nice draw. Bang, he hit it. A nice confidence builder for UCLA at the end of the first half with the score. Oregon 35, the Bruins 17.
Gotta love what they did on defense, holding Oregon, and then Gonzalez knocking it through. The former manager for the men's soccer team taking over for UCLA.
Chip, you had 2 early turnovers. Other than that, thought your team really settled in well, over 300 yards, total offense, 35 points. Talk about your first half.
I think we're inconsistent. Too many drops, and those turnovers hurt us, but we got to go in and regroup here at halftime and come back out and play and finish this thing.
What do you got to improve in the second half, Chip?
We have to clean up missed tackles and drop footballs.
Thank you, Chip. Gus?
All right, thank you very much, Coach Brewster. That's the end of the first half with the score. Oregon 35, UCLA 17. Welcome back to Eugene. 35-17, Oregon with the lead as we prepare to start the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis at the Pac-12 championship game. And in that first half, when you look at Oregon, they capitalized off turnovers, and LaMichael James showed why he's one of the best players in all of college football. For UCLA, however, Charles, you like the effort that they put forth in the first half.
This was a very fragile team coming in. It could have gone either way for them, and they had trouble early, but they got off the deck. I love the way they ended the half with a defensive stop, offense picking up a field goal to end things.
So UCLA getting the field goal at the end of the first half. As you take a look at the offensive numbers.
Yeah, but the first half stats, points off of turnovers, 14-7. Oregon leads with that. UCLA, 3 turnovers, but they picked up 2 from Oregon. They'll need more in the second half to continue to fight and scratch and claw and get back in this game.
Ducks will have it to start the second half, and Oregon comes out and they will have it around the 25-yard line on the fair catch.
Remember LSU, he dropped it twice, but he kept giving it to him.
LaMichael James looking, and he dives and gets to the 29 as Stan McKay makes a tackle. McKay making some very nice tackles as a backup playing in the first half.
We coming?
So much on the line for both these teams. A berth in the Rose Bowl. Thomas handing off to James again. Bottled up and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And that's one thing UCLA has really been good at, their pursuit. They're all swarming to the football as best as they can.
And one of the things they did in the first half is they took Dayton Jones, number 56, normally a defensive end, and moved him inside the defensive tackle. And he's been awfully active in the run game when Oregon tries to run inside.
3rd down and 6 at the 29. Thomas, play fake, in trouble, heaves it, incomplete.
Thank you, Gus. In talking to Rick Neuheisel at the half, they want to continue to run the football at Oregon between the tackles. They want to control the clock some and find Joseph Faria in the passing game. There's a huge mismatch with him. They got to get the ball to him. Big question for Oregon is, where is DeAnthony Thomas? His 4th fumble early in the game. Whether or not we see him remains to be seen.
All right, Coach Brewster, thank you very much. Jackson Rice punting for the second time. 50 yards on his first punt from the 15. Drives his football. Embry makes a first man miss, gets up the sideline. Oh, nice hurdle. Woo! Out of bounds at the 42. Late flags throw. And you can just see the confidence of the Bruins growing every second of this game. First down at the Oregon 43. They hand it straight ahead. Great running. Coleman down the sideline. Out of bounds inside the Oregon 10. Eddie Pleasant makes a saving tackle, and it's a gain of 35. Ground and pound for UCLA.
As Coach Brewster talked about, they still want to run the football inside, and the offensive line does a nice job of controlling the defense in front of Oregon. And what's happening now, Gus, is that the confidence rises for UCLA, and Oregon is wondering, how is this Bruin team still here? We didn't expect them to be fighting us this late in the game.
First down and goal at the 7. Prince throws it out. Far, and he's drilled out of bounds. As Brandon Hanna got him, as well as Troy Hill. Second down and goal at the 5. Prince in the gun. Coleman has been terrific. He's the pistol back. Coleman with room and goes down at the 1. Eddie Pleasant with the tackle, but UCLA now flexing their muscles and going right at this Oregon D.
And look at the offensive line controlling things. We got a nice little double team between the center, Maava on the backside. They're getting it done up front. Sid, 62, Harris, 65, Capella, 64, Baca, 60.
3rd down goal at the 1. Bar in motion. Coleman again. No, it's Prince. Great fake. Gets into the end zone. Touchdown UCLA.
Look at the fake inside, and the reason it's so effective is because they've been running well inside, so you have to respect that. Prince sees everyone crash down inside, pulls it out of the fullback's belly, and takes it to the corner for a touchdown.
So the Bruins score on their opening drive of the second half. And how about this, folks? 35-24, this is the Pac-12 inaugural championship game. The Oregon Ducks, the 9th-ranked team in the nation, with a 35-24 lead. But you can feel the momentum starting to shift in this game. Jeff Locke will send it away. Brian Jackson, Josh Huff back deep. And this is Huff coming up to get it at the 15. Still running. Huff, burst of speed, and he goes down to the 45. A 39-yard return. Glenn Love with the tackle on special teams. Now on Monday, UCLA announced Rick Neuheiser's tenure as head coach would end following tonight's game. This marks the end of a relationship with UCLA that spans over 30 years. A playing career that started as a walk-on QB and ended as a Rose Bowl MVP. He returned to Westwood as an assistant, mentoring a young quarterback named Troy Aikman. And in 2008, he returned to the Bruins sideline as head coach, resulting in a 4-year stint that ends tonight after this game. On first down. And LaMichael James
is the ball carrier.
And he's been remarkably poised during this whole process of losing his job. He told us that by kickoff, it won't be about him. It'll be about the kids playing this game. And by the way he's conducted himself, his kids have taken that cue and have played a very nice game tonight.
Second down and 6, James again. Jitterbugging. And he'll be about 2 yards short of the first down. Tevin McDonald is 6 feet, 195-pound freshman safety making the tackle. Third down and 2. James again, breaks it outside, and goes out of bounds, close to the 20. Tevin McDonald again, but LaMichael James starting to impose his will now on this Bruin defense.
This is what's so difficult for teams that play Oregon. You bottle them up for a while. You get a 3 and out. You get some momentum. But then you give up a big kickoff return, which is a momentum play, and then the offense takes off again. Another challenge for UCLA's defense, trying to hold Oregon now to nothing more than a field goal attempt.
The gain 16. Thomas pulls it down, breaks it back, and McDowell will fumble the ball. No, they're going to call him down. Tevin McDonald with another tackle. We've got a lot of turnovers in this game tonight, folks.
How about the read of Darren Thomas, reading that the back shouldn't have the ball, and he kept it.
Martin Thomas, far side, Huff with the catch. Huff, oh, what a run. Huff all the way down to the 5. Eric Kendricks as Josh Huff, the sophomore from Houston, gets close to the end zone.
Watch the block up here by Paulson, number 42. See, he controls the corner. That allows Huff one-on-one in the hole to make the move and get upfield.
A gain of 20. James, touchdown Ducks. His 3rd of the night. Coming in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. 6 plays, covering 46 yards. 42-24, Oregon counterpunching, answering UCLA with LaMichael James, who averages 142 rushing yards per game. He has 154 tonight, and we still have 9:57 remaining in the 3rd. Beard will send it away. Josh Smith, Derek Coleman back deep. Smith from the 5, spinning, and Smith ridden out of bounds at the 24. You just wonder when the Bruins are going to take another shot as Prince hands it off. This time it's Malcolm Jones, who came into this game with 23 carries on the season for 94 yards, averaging over 4 yards a carry. Josh Cadu with the tackle as he picks up 6 yards.
Highly touted back out of Oaks Christian, big-time football school. Has not found the traction here at UCLA, but he's got some pretty good backs in front of him in Jonathan Franklin and Derek Coleman.
And Jones remains in the game. 2nd and 4 at the 41. Shaq Evans in motion. Prince throws. That one's short. Evans, the intended receiver, couldn't pick that one up off the turf. And that makes it 3rd down and 4. UCLA establishing the run.
Like what UCLA's doing. The tough part is if they want to ring the bell on offense, they're going to have to throw it a little bit too and be proficient getting it downfield. Here's an opportunity.
3rd down and 4. Prince underneath, incomplete. Intended for Nelson Rosario. That one thrown high on a slant. And the Bruins will have to punt it away.
This is one-on-one coverage that you've got to win. Rosario's got to win, but look at Terrence Mitchell. Excellent job staying inside. And even if that ball's thrown well, he has an opportunity to make a play on the football. It would have had to have been perfect on the throw and catch in order to complete that play.
Jeff Locke to the 26, LaMichael James back deep. Line drive kick, takes a UCLA bounce. And will be down inside the 15. A 45-yard punt. LaMichael James, folks, putting his signature on this football game. 42-24, Oregon with the lead here in Eugene. 1st down and 10. LaMichael James in the corner, following his blocks, and is dropped at the 21. Let's go downstairs to one of the great defenders of all time, John Lynch.
Well, Gus, you talk about defense, and when you talk about defense, we keep talking about Oregon getting to the perimeter. Someone on this UCLA defense has to set the edge. You got to turn the ball back to your other defenders. The other thing is we've talked about this UCLA defense getting tired. It's starting to reveal itself in the form of missed tackles.
And up the middle, watch out! All the way down. Darren Thomas on the quarterback keeper, 41 yards. So instead of going outside, they now go straight ahead and pick up 41 big ones.
All the horizontal side-to-side running where you stretch the defense and make them run. John Lynch talks about them getting tired of missing tackles. There wasn't a tackle to be missed there. The hole was so wide open.
Oregon with 426 total yards, 1st and 10 at the UCLA 40. Garner in the game. Thomas out wide, 2-8. Stan McKay pushes him out.
How about the play calling from Chip Kelly right now? We've seen the sideways run to start it. Then they fake the run out wide, and they go inside with Thomas for a big gainer. Now they just go back horizontal again out wide for another nice gain.
1st down and 10 to the 25. Thomas hands it off to Garner. And Garner wrestled down hard by Andrew Abbott, who tackled him up high. And sometimes, Charles, it seems like these backs in Oregon are so small that you can't even see them.
They hide. We were talking about this with Marcus Allen, where he talked about Barry Sanders, where he'd get behind a big offensive line running for the Detroit Lions, and you couldn't locate him until it was too late. And then they make big plays downfield. For a team that plays fast, they know how to milk the clock with a lead.
2nd and 7. Thomas pulls it out. Top touchdown! David Paulson, 22 yards.
as well as Oregon. After a while, they forget about the guys running up the seam on the pass plays. David Paulson, unchecked. No one covering him. No one stopping him at the line of scrimmage. The fake inside, he runs right past Dan McKay, the safety number 4. Easy throw, touchdown.
Third touchdown thrown tonight for Darren Thomas. Welcome to the Pac-12 Conference Championship. But sometimes you feel like Darren Thomas is the man on this team that not only conference-wise, but nationally gets overlooked. And Coleman returning it as he hits the sideline and gets up to the 30, a 19-yard return. You think his coach likes him? Chip Kelly smiling at Darren Thomas, and here's a young man that comes from very, very humble beginnings. Thomas, his mother, Latina, has worked at Target for 16 years. His father, Darren Thomas Sr., recently coming back into his life after being absent for many, many years. This kid is young, positive. He's getting ready to earn his degree in sociology, and he's very hopeful about his future at the next level after next season. There's Darren Thomas.
It's been terrific, and then meeting with him and seeing how he's grown as not just a player, but as a leader. We're sitting there, and Marcus Allen, the Hall of Famer, says to him, Darren, one question, whose team is this? And Darren Thomas looked him dead in the eye and said, this is my team. Of course it's my team, and that's what you want out of your starting quarterback.
Ironically, there's a man in the building tonight that almost had Darren Thomas. Jonathan Franklin in the backfield. Prince. Nice throw and a great catch by Nelson Rosario. Nelson Rosario is the kind of player, he has 55 catches for over 1,000 yards coming into this game. Great numbers, right? But his coaches feel that he should at least have 1,500 to 1,600 yards if he will bust it day in and day out. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score 49-24, the inaugural Pac-12 Conference Championship game from Eugene. Jim Kelly ended the quarter upset, but they're rocking so hard in Eugene right now that I think it's gone away. Here's
they are shouting here, remember.
54,000, 82nd straight sellout dating back to 1999 for the Pac-12 Conference Championship game. First down and 10, 76. Oh! Michael Clay sacks him, dislodges the ball. And Prince is down. UCLA will hold on.
Because remember, their backup is coming off of a broken leg. Backside, there's Clay. And ball comes free, and UCLA pounces on it alertly to keep possession. That's a long run by Michael Clay for the sack and the strip.
But when you look at this Oregon defense, their defense is just as fast as its offense. 39 sacks coming into this game, second in the nation behind Texas A&M as Richard Breho enters.
Yeah, fractured his leg in the Washington State game, and that brought Kevin Prince back into the lineup.
Breho. Ball caught. Rosario spinning, and Nelson Rosario picks up 14 yards on 2nd and 20. Nice throw. What does Breho do well as he comes into this football game for Kevin Prince?
He manages the offense well. He takes care of the football. He's pretty, he's fairly accurate when he has time to throw it. The hard part is all the rust. Hasn't played in a long time, but I like his poise coming off the bench and completing his first throw.
Third down and 6. Breho out of the shotgun. Throwing up the sideline. Take it away! Intercepted by Terrence Mitchell. The 4th turnover of the night for UCLA. Oregon playing well on both sides of the ball. First out and 10. You're LaMichael James. Still running. I don't know. 43 yards.
Maybe you should ask me again right now. Watch the left side of the line and look at Mark Asper, 79, fold up inside the hole and create even more running room for LaMichael James.
LaMichael James, 23 carries, 199 yards prior to that carry. And he gained 3 there. 24, 201, 3 touchdowns.
And remember, both elbows have been hurt in this season.
James again. Outside, high stepping, and steps out of bounds. Late hit? No. Aaron Hester. A gain of 19.
This last weekend winds down. Teams trying to get to BCS bowls, that's most important. But those who are trying to make statements about Heisman trophies and other things, this is their opportunity. LaMichael James is doing that on the national stage tonight.
LaMichael James, a finalist for the Doak Walker Award he won in 2010. Bidding to become only the 3rd two-time winner of the award, joining Ricky Williams of Texas and Darren McFadden of Arkansas. First down and 10 of the 15.
We will see another Doak Walker finalist tomorrow in Monty Ball of Wisconsin.
29 rushing touchdowns for Ball. This ball thrown a little bit high, intended for 2 and 8.
Route that they love down here. If they throw the balls, a backside drag, motion going one way, dragging the receiver in the backside the other way.
Garner with a running room, he's going out of bounds. As Jordan Sumwalt knocks him out. Makes it 3rd down and 3 at the 8-yard line. Garner 15 carries, 70 yards this evening. Thomas keeping it, and will get back to the line of scrimmage. As Lynn Love jumps on his back.
That was well defensed by UCLA, because ordinarily you've got a read, and off of your read you've got one play that one side that's open, either the play inside with the back or taking it outside with the quarterback. Both of them were covered. Thomas had to dive forward.
Oregon going for it on 4th down and 3. Garner will not get the first down. So UCLA getting the ball again. Coach Neuheisel still motivating his squad for the final 7 minutes and 13 seconds of his tenure as the head coach at UCLA. 49-24. Oregon, 7:13 to go, and this is the Coors Light game summary.
Take a look at the total yards. Oregon doing what they do, putting up big numbers. The 4 turnovers by UCLA have been killer. And look at the drives. 2 minutes, 1 second on 7 touchdown drives by Oregon.
First down and 10 to the 6-yard line for the Bruins. Prince back in the game. Coleman running it. And for Coach Rick Neuheisel, 7 minutes remaining in his career at UCLA. And we met with him yesterday at the Oregon facility, and Coach Neuheisel and Coach Brewster shared a very tender moment as 2 coaches that have experienced the same kind of thing. And we'll go down to Coach Brew right after this. 2nd down and 6. And a handoff, Coleman. Coach Brewster, yesterday was something that you rarely see from two coaches. Can you?
Well, Gus, not only two coaches, but two great friends. I've got so much admiration for Rick Neuheisel. It goes back to when we played against each other in the Rose Bowl. He's an outstanding coach, but he's an even better person. And the feelings are really raw when a situation comes up like when you get fired. And so it was a great moment for me and him to share together.
Tears flowing in the room from both gentlemen. 3rd down and 3 at the 13. And Coleman barreling ahead, close to the 1st down. Eddie Pleasant with the tackle. We asked Coach Neuheisel what was in store for him after this game, and he was honest and hell-bent to continue to do what he loves.
Still wants to be a coach. Feels like he was born to do that, loves to do it. And the relationships that you build up in coaching, that's what you live for. Those guys coming back and seeing you later. Those guys taking care of you right now.
On 1st down, over the middle. And Rosario will make that Taylor Embry with the reception. Neuheisel, in a way, Charles, sacrificial in a sense, because you know that whoever UCLA hires, they're going to roll out the red carpet and make some major changes in facilities and allowing kids to get in school, and things will be different from this point on.
It's a natural evolution when people aren't winning and they make changes. They're typically upgrades for the next coach.
And Franklin. Hannah making the tackle. UCLA getting to the line of scrimmage quickly. 4:20 counting to go in this 4th quarter of the Pac-12 championship. Prince pumping, deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Prince's pass, deflected, incomplete.
Gus, coming into this game, all I kept thinking to myself was, I know UCLA is a decided underdog. We see Kevin Prince's numbers for tonight, but throughout their history, they've been the gutty little Bruins. They've been the team to spring upsets. We talked about Rick Neuheisel's team in '84 beating our colleague Tim Brewster's #4 Illinois team in the Rose Bowl. Rick Neuheisel with food poisoning. Didn't even go to the game on the team bus. Came in a private car so the team wouldn't see him getting sick before the game, and was the MVP. They pulled off those type of upsets before. It doesn't look like it'll happen tonight.
And a handoff to Franklin. And Franklin picks up the 1st down. So for Chip Kelly, he's 4 minutes away from 3 championships in 3 years. What a coach. What an innovator. We talked about when he talked about science over tradition, he means things like taking cold baths, not drinking coffee after 3 o'clock because of how it affects your body, changing your practices to early in the morning to get maximum effort as opposed to having them after school, practicing for only an hour, only over the middle incomplete. Here's a man with so many innovations, but more than that, he has a great relationship with his players, a coolness, a calmness, and a swagger about him. Look at him on the sideline right now.
And he's not just an offensive coach. When we watch them practice, you often hear about guys whose specialties on one side of the ball, maybe not being as involved with the other side of the ball. Remember us watching him practice and watching him go through special teams where he knew everything that was going on, was moving the guys around. We saw him in this game talking to the defensive players. He knows his whole team, not just one side.
2nd down and 10. Prince wants to run it. Boyette tracks him down as he gets to the line of scrimmage. A man that came to Oregon from New Hampshire with his innovative styles, spent a couple of years as a coordinator, and then given the job as the head coach. 43 points a game in 3 years as a head coach. He's got great relationships, as I mentioned, with John Group, a big fan, Chip Kelly, of Bill Parcells. And you just wonder when the NFL is going to come knocking on his door. Underneath, Rosario with the catch. How do you think his style will translate to the National Football League?
Well, we're watching a semblance of it with what Tim Tebow's been doing recently. And it's giving the NFL fits because you have to have the right personnel. Tebow's a tank. He would have more scat backs, but he'd have to have an owner that would go all in to that innovative style. And you'd have to have not just one quarterback who could do it, but multiple because of the hits you take on that level.
All right, 4th down and 2 for UCLA. Straight ahead, and a 1st down for Derek Coleman. The Bruins refusing to give up for their coach. 2:18 to go in the 4th quarter. 14th play of the drive that started at the UCLA 6-yard line. Coleman has done a really nice job tonight running the ball. 81 yards rushing on 14 carries. Prince over the middle and broken up at the last moment. Shaq Evans, the intended receiver. A lot of changes going on in the Pac-12. New coach at Washington State, new coach at Arizona. There will be a new coach at UCLA.
And Arizona State still has an opening. And how about the coaches coming in? Rich Rodriguez coming to Arizona, and Chip Kelly spent time meeting with Rich Rodriguez and this offensive staff at Clemson when Rich Rod was there, which helped inform this great offense that we see now. Now they'll be going head-to-head, and Mike Leach, you know he's going to throw it around up in the Palouse at Washington State.
Arizona State having to make a decision. Prince.
Oh, what a catch by Rosario! One-handed, 19 yards.
This is flat out gorgeous. This is what they were talking about. Well, if you want more out of me, coach, I guess I'll give it to you. One hand pulls it in, and look at it. He never even pulled it into his body. Oftentimes when you make that catch, Gus, you have to cradle it, bring it to your body to control it. That was one big paw, and it stuck, and he carried it in. If this was the NFL, he takes it and finger rolls it over the goalpost after that catch. What a beautiful job by Rosario.
7 catches, 101 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Rosario. Extra point up and good. 49-31. Nelson Rosario. Poetry in motion. UCLA continuing to fight. Feel-good touchdown for the Bruins and Neuheisel. A minute and 51 to go. Onside kick. And it's recovered by the Ducks. James tonight rushing the football 25 times for 221 yards. And that should do it. 49-31 the final. Oregon and Chip Kelly win the inaugural Pac-12 championship game in Eugene. The 2 coaches meeting. One moving on to the Rose Bowl in Chip Kelly. And the other, Rick Neuheisel, his future uncertain. Where our coach Brewster is standing with the winning quarterback, Darren Thomas.
Thank you, Gus. I'm standing here with a young guy from Houston, Texas, who's leading the Oregon Ducks into Pasadena as the Pac-12 champions. Talk about that, Darren.
Oh, man, very excited. Can't understand the feeling right now, but very happy for the team and all the players on the team.
I thought you did a great job today. You showed poise. And when we asked you yesterday, who's the leader of this Duck football team, what was your answer?
Oh, it's me all the way. I come out each week, getting these guys ready to prepare, and we come out each week, do a good job.
Congratulations. Now go to Pasadena and win.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's go downstairs to our Kevin Frazier.
Gus, thanks a lot, and it has been a fantastic season in the Pac-12, but it is now time to crown the champions. Here to present the inaugural Pac-12 Championship Trophy, the commissioner of the Pac-12, Mr. Larry Scott.
This is a historic evening for the Pac-12 Conference, and I want to thank all the fans here in Eugene for this electric, amazing atmosphere. Congratulations to Chip Kelly, his coaches, staff, and all the players, 3 times in a row, Pac-12 champions, and it's my pleasure to present the first ever Pac-12 Championship trophy to Coach Chip Kelly.
It's quite a moment, isn't it, Coach?
It is, and I would like to present this trophy to the true leader of this university, our president, Richard LaRiviere.
All right.
To 31, the final. Oregon wins the inaugural Pac-12 championship. The Ducks, they love their coach, Chip Kelly, with the Gatorade shower. His players love him, and the fans here in Eugene, they love their QB, Darren Thomas, because he's a winner.